Jackie, you have a question for Russell?
Hey Russ, we haven't seen you throw multiple picks in a game since your rookie season. How would you kind of assess how tonight went?
Well, obviously the first decision was just a bad decision. I should have just took off and just ran it. I was approaching the line. I saw Disley sneak out early. Stepped up, slid, and I thought I still had him. And so, it's just a bad decision. That's all that was. And you got to move on. You still got a lot of game left. The second pick, the guy made a great play. I think that the reality is I know who I am. I know that I'm a great football player. I know I've been great. I know I will be great. I know I'll continue to be great. I know that there are better days ahead. And so, I think that, I'll use a baseball analogy, but sometimes you go up to the plate, and you don't have your way. So that's what it was today. And so, I look forward to, getting back after it and getting back to work and just finding my best again. And just, I have no doubt that, greatness is in store. I have no doubt that we're going to get back on track. I have no doubt that we as a team, and we're going to find a way, and we're going to have better days ahead.
Larry Stone.
Russ, I'm just wondering if you think that any of that is due to pressing or trying to do too much or trying to make plays that aren't there just because you're trying so hard to make things happen.
No, not really. I think that, I thought I had him, took a shot there. We made that play so many times over and over again in different ways. And, and unfortunately it didn't work this time. I should have just ran it. I'm not going to make it overly complicated. I just ran it there. But, I think, I think, go back, like I said, the last week, you had the 4th and 1, I got to make a throw, and then, I think this game is just, like I said, I think the guy made a great play on the second interception. So, how I think and how I roll, and you guys know this, is that I always try to find the good in it all and find where knowing who I am, knowing what's ahead, knowing that we got a game in a few days, knowing that I can't hang on this, knowing that we can't, knowing that we got a great challenge ahead of us, and we got a lot of games left, we got a lot of opportunity left. We can still do all the things that we want to do, and so I'm not going to have any fear or any doubt in it.
Bob Condotta.
Yeah, Russell, were you lobbying pretty hard to try to go for it there on that 4th and 1 early in the third quarter?
I thought we got it, first of all. I didn't think I was down, so that's why we challenged it. I thought we got the spot laid out for it, tried to keep my legs off the ground. So, unfortunately they didn't give it to us. And then we almost drew them off sides. And, I think it can go either way. Obviously you want to be able to go for it just because you want to convert and get it, get that opportunity to keep going. But at the same time, we were on the other side of the field, so I don't think it was a bad decision, having to punt it. We tried to draw them off sides and try to convert on that. They almost went, twice, and then unfortunately we had to punt the ball.
Ben Arthur.
In what ways do you think maybe not having Chris Carson, a bruiser, a guy who hits holes as well as anyone in the NFL, in what ways do you think not having him has had perhaps an adverse kind of impact on what you guys are trying to do on offense, and maintaining that kind of pass run balance?
Well, I think that we've unfortunately obviously missing Chris. He's one of the best football players in the game. He's amazing. And so I think that really this game right here, just it comes back to just staying on schedule, not turning it over. I think with Chris, obviously we want him be back out there. He's just a great football player for us, and we want to continue to be explosive on offense, find ways to get the ball to different guys and everything else. And, hopefully Chris can come back to us and make some of those plays for us.
Thanks.
Curtis.
Yeah, Russell, it's at least 3 turnovers in each of the losses you guys have had here. Any kind of common thread you kind of feel is going on between them? What do you guys need to kind of clean up to keep those off the board? Because they do appear to be a pretty big deal for you guys.
Yeah, I think that I just got to get better. I'm not going to make it overly complicated. It's not on anybody but me, and I put it on my shoulders and get it fixed.
Joe Fan.
Russ, didn't feel like you guys got a lot going on schedule. And so I'm curious maybe what was breaking down or what wasn't there on your initial looks to where you kind of had to go to the scramble drill and the off script stuff in order to move the ball.
They covered some stuff, and on first and second down that we thought we were going to have, and they covered some of the stuff up, and then so I had to move around a little bit. They're a good football team. They got a lot of things that they do well. We did a lot of things really well too. I'm not gonna. We converted on some of our third downs. We made some key plays there, and this and that, and we battled throughout the game. We knew it was gonna be a tough challenge. It always is a tough challenge. NFC West game against the Rams and us. It's always a battle. So I just think that in terms of staying on schedule, when I refer to that, I'm really more so talking about the turnovers. And if we don't have those, then we have a great chance.
Art.
Russ, fourth quarter, 8 minutes left. You guys get down to the LA 38 at 3rd and 4. Your call for a delay of game, 3rd and 9. Next pass is a pick. What happened on that delay of game penalty?
I think we rotated somebody in, trying to get it off. Trying to get the ball snapped, and it just hit 0 right when we were snapping it. So they called it on us. So we thought we had a great play. The next play called up, and guy made a great play. Laid out for it, dove and caught it. So I think we let it rip, and it was there, and the guy made a great play. As simple as that.
AJ.
Coach said that there wasn't a specific plan to keep it away from Jalen Ramsey, but DK Metcalf had a really quiet night compared to the number of times you guys normally connect. What were you seeing that led you to not target him as much tonight?
Well, we actually targeted him a few times, early on, but they covered it. I mean, they dropped back. We had him early on a crossing route. Unfortunately, they dropped right into it. So I think I hit Swain, went right down the sideline. We had a few other plays, that we tried to go to him, but unfortunately either pressured or something happened, and that's just the name of the game, But I'm always looking for him. He's such a great player. He can do so many great things, for us, and we were able to find him a couple times there in the second half. He had the deep cross where he made that great catch. That was an unbelievable catch, and I had to kind of move and slide and try to give him a chance. He got his hands right underneath of it. That was an unbelievable play. We got to continue to find ways to get him the football. Got to continue to find ways to get him involved and everybody involved. But he's such a special player. He did a good job of just continuing to battle, and that was an unfortunate situation tonight.
Masvida.
Hey Russell, how much do you relish the challenge, the journey of getting better, and then when do you turn into the next game?
Say that one more time, Oz.
Yeah, I'm just wondering when, how much do you relish this challenge of getting better in terms of continual improvement after the game? Because you don't stay into one game too much, and you go to the next one. But where is that nexus for you?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. I always, try to think about, especially in the midst of chaos, knowing that, knowing who I am. I think, in terms of me personally, I think you're asking. Knowing who I am, I think about that. I know that been fortunate to win a lot of football games. Been fortunate to have some amazing comebacks. Been fortunate to throw a lot of touchdowns. Also been fortunate to go through some tough times too. And I think that sometimes when you go through tough times, whether if it's in sports, whether if it's in life, no matter what it is, when you're called, when you're chosen, when you have the opportunity to be great and everything else. Sometimes you get knocked down. But the one thing I know about myself is I'm always going to get up. I'm always going to get up. And I'm always going to keep swinging. And that's just my mentality. So I look forward to the challenge. I look forward to the next day. I look forward to the next game. And, so that's where my mindset is.
Greg Bell.
Russ, the throw to Disley, the decision to pick up that fumble on the snap that hit the ground, is that the flip side of confidence that your career, you've made so many of those type of plays out of nothing that sometimes it just doesn't happen, and that's the penalty for sometimes for confidence?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, but I don't necessarily agree with it. I guess I think about the ball that went over my head, for example, against the Vikings. It's like, you're told to go on the ball and lay down on it, and that's the traditional thing to do, I guess. But if I would have done that, that play wouldn't have worked. And so I guess there's good and bad in it all. But I think that like I said, I think that when the ball's on the ground, try to get it really fast. I think the guy was actually blitzing. I couldn't tell because the ball was on the trying to pick the ball up and try to get it quickly. Just missed getting it, and they get the ball. So got to watch the film and see what it is. But I'm never gonna shy away from leaving it all out there. And I think that's just part of it. I think that sometimes if you don't shoot, you'll never make it. You know what I mean? And big third down. Unfortunately, we didn't. That play happened right then in that moment. And we'll get better. And that's the only way to go.
Brady Henderson.
Hey, Russ, Jamal Adams said that he talked to you after the game. Do you remember what he told you?
Yeah, Jamal, his locker's right next to mine. So, Jamal came up to me and just, he just said, I believe in you three, and just, there's nobody else, that we trust and everything else. So, I think that meant a lot to me, just especially, the type of player he is, how hard he plays. I got a lot of respect for people who lay it on the line every day, and I think that sometimes like I said, I think for me, I know how much I give every day. I know how much I care. I know how much I spend hours upon hours doing write-ups and, studying and all the film and, practice and, how much you dedicate your whole life to the game. You dedicate everything every day, every moment. And so, I think for me, how I look at it, man, to have a great teammate like that and so many other guys, knowing that, I'm gonna keep bringing my all every day. I'm not gonna change. No matter what anybody says in terms of this or that. I'm not gonna change my mindset. I'm not gonna change what I believe. In terms of knowing who I am. I'm gonna fix some things. Do that obviously. But from there, done a lot of great things. We've done a lot of great things over this year. We're still doing a lot of great things. We can still get better. We can still find our way. We got tough challenges ahead of us, but nothing that we can't overcome, and nothing that I won't overcome. So I'm looking forward to keep going and just keep believing in it all.
Last one for Russell, Greg Bell.
Russ, why do you think Jamal Adams, what do you think prompted him to say that to you, to come up to you and tell you that?
I just think he knows how much I care, and how much, I love winning, how much I love the process, how much, we all work together. It's one of those things that, never, I just think he knows, what I want to bring to the table and how I want to help this team and how we can, and how good we've been and how good we're going to be, and we got some stuff ahead of us, and there's no other way to go except for just keep going and keep believing in it, and so I think that he knows the kind of player that I am. I think I know the kind of player I am. I know the kind of player he is. I know the kind of team that we have, and what we can do together. The key is just believing together. Can never doubt. We still had a chance to even win the game despite it all. Just imagine, how good we can be. So I'm looking forward to that part of it. And like I told you guys, I think for me, I know who I am. I know where I'm going. I know how to get better. I know all those things that it takes. And I've been through some stuff before, and I'm not going to change now in terms of my mindset and knowing who I am and where we're going and how we're going to get there. And so I'm looking forward to it all.
Thank you, Russell.
Thank you, guys. Go Hawks.